Hey, in the morning, everyone. It's Kevin from Real Boring Flips, and welcome back to another episode of This Week in Solds, where we'll talk about things that sold for me this week, and I'll include a little bit of information maybe on why I purchased the items in the first place, what I paid for them, what I made from the sale, and we'll try to fill you in on some of the little techniques I use for buying, shipping, selling, listing. So before we get started, you can probably see right out the window here, once again, beautiful weather here in Gig Harbor, Washington. I think we have a law in our state that says we're only supposed to say that it rains and is cloudy every day. But as you can see, super nice weather once again. Best time of the year to live here in Western Washington. A really fantastic weather. It was really rainy 2 days ago, and like a torrential downpour. Clearly someone aimed the rain stick in the wrong direction and hit us up here in the corner. But we're back to good weather again. Really enjoying the end of the summer, and let's get right into it. Before we do that, I just want to mention I'm enjoying this Bitburger Pilsner, premium Pilsner, German Pilsner, in a special can. So for my German friends out there, this is the German Soccer Cities Edition can. So enjoy that. And as always, they're not a sponsor of this show. So let's get right into it. This is what you came here for. Move me out of the way. So this covers this week ending today, October 6th, Sunday. And first item up was this pair of 3D Wizard glasses. So I sold the unit previously. These are the extra set of glasses that I originally purchased, and sold these for $25. I'll show you the screenshot in a minute of the original item, but this is kind of a typical item that you might find in my store, and these are the kinds of things that catch my eye and fit my niche of, okay, it's something cool. I'm not sure how well built these are, but the technology was kind of interesting. I didn't try this out because mine was brand new, but so this issue, and I'll show you the screenshot here, but notice before I do, notice the tape here on this package. So I got these at my local Goodwill, the one in my town, which I very rarely go to anymore. It's very difficult to find anything worth reselling at this store. If you do find something, it's usually high priced. Just as an example, all records are $4. Now this includes the Lawrence Welk that smells like Grandma's basement that has 5 deep scratches on it, still $4. So I hardly ever buy anything there anymore, but I was in the store, had been out of the store for probably a month, came in, and I was bound and determined to find something. I first saw this on a shelf. I saw the corner of the box that said 3D, and it didn't pick it up because it looked basically like cheap Chinese, Amazon Chinese stuff. So I was wandering through the rest of the store, and I found these glasses separately. Now, I mentioned the tape. Now, obviously, when these were donated, these glasses were taped on top of the box. So my local Goodwill separated them, priced them separately. Really cheesy move. But I found the glasses, and then I was convinced I had seen these somewhere else. So I backtracked through the whole store, eventually found this box, found that it was brand new, so looked kind of interesting. What this was for was if you had a regular TV, not 3D TV, you could play movies on your TV in 3D. So hook up your regular DVD or Blu-ray player, play a regular movie, and it would output a 3D image. Now, I don't know how that worked, but what I did know is that when I comped it, used ones were selling for $80, and I was getting, for $10, I was getting a brand new unit in the box, and for another $6, I was getting an extra pair of glasses. So I ended up putting it on, the whole bundle, on there for $150 or $149.88. I always end my prices in 88 for some reason. I think that's Chinese good luck. But I put it out there for $149.88. I had an offer at $125. I told them I could accept $125 without the second pair of glasses. They agreed. So then I relisted just the glasses and took an offer at $25. So I still got my $150 sale price on my roughly $16 investment. So excellent flip, because that gets me my 1 to 10 that I really like to be in for margin. Which, as I mentioned previously, I have this system where how I determine whether or not I even want to look at something if I have no other way to tell and I have no knowledge of the item. So in this case, the 3D really piqued my interest. I'm kind of into that stuff, so it didn't appear to be like I had never heard of it, didn't know anything about it, but it piqued my interest as something cool. Not a heavy item, so it really was back in here that I thought it fit, and so that's what caused me to pick the item up and do a comp. I probably still would have bought it even without knowing that, just because of where it sat here in my whether or not I buy something Venn diagram. So this next item was a vintage aftershave from English Leather. I got this at an estate sale for $2. I've had it for quite a while, and then just randomly someone came in and bought it for the full asking of $74.88. So really excellent flip for me. I originally bought this because I previously had bought and sold vintage English Leather cologne. Not in a cool wooden box though, but I was really happy to get this sale. And I guess what I want to share on this item is how I pack this. So it's a liquid, so you got to pay attention when you're shipping liquids. And it's also, I think it has similar properties to cologne. And so I went on, when I did my packing, I shipped this as a class 3 hazardous material, because that's kind of where cologne fit. But I also took some precautions. So I wrapped this in basically shipping saran wrap and taped that carefully. You know, I don't want to damage the label or anything, but just to give a seal to it. Put that in the box and wrap the whole box in some more of that saran wrap. Put that inside a gallon-size Ziploc bag that I filled with paper towel for absorbent. That went into another box, which I added some more absorbent to, and then that box was shipped into a secondary box. So a little bit extra on this, but I don't want to take any chance that there's a problem with this, you know, this cap coming loose or spilling the contents out. I want to give, you know, every opportunity for this to get to the new buyer. So that's a little bit of extra on what I do for items like that. So this was just a random cable that I bought as part of a large room. I bought the entire room of electronics at an estate sale, and as part of that, I kind of went through everything I could find, because I could leave stuff I didn't want, but I went through everything I could find that I thought might have value. It was in the cool, well-built portion of my Venn diagram, and I was able to identify it and was able to sell this. I had it listed at $39.88. I think the buyer came in and offered me half of that, and I came back and countered at $32, and they took that. So it was fine. I basically almost zero cost into this item. So excellent flip. So this next item is a VHS videotape rewinder. I used to buy these all the time, used ones. I don't buy them anymore unless they're brand new or they're a specialty one, like a car or something that someone might also want to collect for that reason. But in this case, it was brand new in the box. I just bought this a little bit ago. I didn't even inventory it after listing it, so it was just sitting here ready to go into a bin when it sold. I had about $6 into it, and it sold for $29.88 plus shipping. What I do with the used ones now, because I do have some, and I only buy them if I get them super cheap, like if they're really good condition and super cheap, like under $1. and that's my picky quotient is affecting purchases for me right now. But that's what I do. So I take those used ones and I will bundle them with a VCR and some cables. Rest in peace, Frank Fritz, the bundler. But that's what I do with these. I try to add value to other items that I'm selling, especially when I have very little cost into things like this. So VCR might come with a rewinder, might come with a brand new sealed VHS tape, and come with the cables that it needs. If it's a DVD recorder, I'll put in some new blank DVDs. Anything to get my item above other items that people are looking at. So an excellent way to use stuff like this that you don't want to list anymore because they're just not selling. So this next item is a turkey roaster, and I've sold many of these, and if you've been reselling for any period of time, this kind of stuff, you know what this is. You spot these when you see them, out at garage sales or wherever. I saw this one in a photo for an online estate sale, actually an in-person estate sale, but I saw it in the photo. And I'd never dealt with this company before, so I didn't have any experience, but I was first person in line, walked right into the kitchen, went to grab this to put it in my bag, and it was listed, the price tag on it was $150. So clearly the pricing was much different than I was used to. I was thinking maybe $50. And so I passed on it. They were firm on all prices for day one. So I actually came back on the third day just to pick up some other stuff that I bought, and this was still there. And I wasn't even the first person in the door, so I noticed it was still in the kitchen. So I got it for $37.50, listed it, sold within a few days. I listed it at $180. I didn't clean it at all. I didn't try to polish it. So I was happy with the $162 offer. But I'm going to show you real quickly in a little cut video on how I packed this, because after shipping these several times, I kind of settled on a method that I like to use that I know for sure gets the item carefully shipped and delivered to the new buyer. So take a look at that. So I'm here at my shipping station. So you have the turkey roaster in the body, and then obviously that's kind of what you get on the inside. And I start with, because I reuse packing material, I have a lot of extra cardboard stuff that I don't think is suitable to be used as a packing box, but it works great as packing material. So I actually make a nice, just almost like a gasket for the lid, because I'm going to invert the lid, stick it down here. I'll trim off this extra. This isn't quite all the way seated yet, so I'll do a little more trimming to get this basically tucked down as close together as I can. Trim that off, and then I'm going to wrap this in some plastic wrap. Now, this is a roll of orange that I have, and here's a trick. You might notice this in your Home Depot. This is where I got this. Is I went to get some of this. I wanted black. Black was not on sale. Orange was on sale. I paid $3 for that roll. Black was about $40 for the same roll. So I'm not going to be using this to cover something up. I'm really just using it to contain something. So that is perfect for me. So we'll go ahead and we'll trim this all up, wrap it in plastic. I'll wrap it in bubble wrap, and then it will go inside our Misfit produce box. And depending on how the shipping goes out, sometimes I'll even cut this box down if I have extra room, and it affects the price. Sometimes it doesn't affect the price to be this tall, but if you can get away with cutting this down an inch and save you $10 on shipping, it's worth the extra time to do that. And then I obviously will also have proper padding around the corners, top and bottom. A lot of times I'll use this extra thick. Here's a piece right here. Use this extra thick stuff for stuff like this. Maybe have a piece in the top, piece in the bottom, or bottom and top. And that will ensure that this item will get to its new buyer, its new owner, safely, securely, and they'll be happy with what they receive. So this item was, we just recently bought this. I don't normally buy this stuff, so it was more of a trial for me to see how this would go. It caught my eye because it was nice looking first off, but also made in West Germany. And so I couldn't really comp it. There weren't any comps, but I eventually found something on Terapeak, and so I priced mine at $24.88, and I was glad to take an offer at $18.50 within a couple of days. So that was a nice turn. Not a huge money maker because I think I paid $6 for it, but it gave me a chance to try that out and see how this type of category could work for me. So this last item is a continuing saga of my refrigerator. If you don't know, if you haven't seen my other videos, we had a refrigerator that stopped working. We had it repaired, and then it stopped working a few months later, so we've got a new refrigerator. But before they hauled off the old one, I stripped it of parts, everything I thought I could sell. So this was the latest item that sold. It was the right door handle for $39.88. And to be honest, I heavily promote this stuff, so I don't remember what the level is, but it's probably 10%. Just to get mine out there. This is more or less me trying to see what I can do, how much money I can get back out of my dead refrigerator. So here's the update. So the new refrigerator was $3149.99. We've so far sold the right hinge cover, the drawer handle, the crisper bin, and now we sold the door handle, the right door handle. And we're just over $3,000 left on this sale, on recouping my investment in the new refrigerator. So I'll keep updating you on how we do as things sell, but I'm not sure we'll get to the full new cost, but we'll see how far we can get. It's kind of a fun just event there. I did want to share that I really appreciate everyone watching the videos. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me. I'm really trying to kind of share some of the things that I've learned over time reselling, and my method, or my plan is to continue doing this part-time in retirement. It's not my main income, but it allows me some opportunities to do things that I like to do. Plus, I like doing this in the first place. But I will continue to share some of the things that, whether you're full-time or part-time, that I think this stuff will still help you. But I'm really focusing on my situation, which is I want to do this part-time. And for those of you that don't know, what I mean by that is it could be anywhere from very little time each day to a lot of time each day. So I say part-time because I want the flexibility of not doing it one day to the next. So thank you again. Thank you to all the new subscribers out there, ITM, you guys. And please join me next time. But when you sell your items, make sure you get them packed and sealed and out the door. So we'll see you next time.